this your favorite cousin, your favorite uncle, your favorite nephew, your favorite father, your favorite son, your best friend's best friend. It's me, Dr. Larry, and welcome to Living For You, the YouTube channel. This is a safe space. It is a positive place in which we come together, we learn from one another, and we grow with one another here. It is a very positive place, one of the most positive places you will find out here on these internet streets. So welcome, welcome, welcome to my lovely, faithful family. You know I always shout you out first. I love you. Thank you for your loyal, committed, and faithful support. To those of you who watch the videos but who have yet to subscribe, go ahead and hit that subscribe button wherever it is and join the family, and make sure you hit the notification bell. And whether or not you're family or you're going to become family after this video, go ahead and hit the like button, because that adds with the algorithm, gets the videos playing, and we can expand our community and grow beyond just this YouTube streets into other venues and ventures and things like that. To those of you who have never seen my face before, I am Dr. Larry Smith. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a historian, I'm an educator, but I'm also a life coach. My business is Live For You Coaching, which is a coaching firm that helps people to deal with trauma and heal and move on and live a present life away from their trauma. If you want to know more about me, you can actually go out to www.liveforyoucoaching.com. That is www.liveforyoucoaching.com, and you can find out so much about me, my programs, and things I have to offer that will be very useful to you. And if you want to follow me on social media, you can actually follow me at Dr. Larry Smith on both Instagram and Facebook. That is Dr. Larry Smith on both Instagram and Facebook. So I wanted to get on today, family, and talk about money. And I know some of you are like, oh my God, money, 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 money. Because online there are plenty, on YouTube alone, there are plenty of gurus and people who know so much about money and have so many suggestions and insights as to how to earn money, how to save money, how to spend money, how to invest the money. There's a lot of content out here, dedicated to acquiring wealth or just money in general. And I kind of want to take a different approach. I can speak for my own self, and many of you may share this same experience. Growing up, money kind of had a negative connotation. Money always felt like something that people over there had. It was never something I felt like we had. Anytime I would ask my mom or my father for something, it was always, we didn't have the money to afford it. We couldn't afford it. We didn't have the money. We didn't have the money. I watched my entire life as a child growing up. I watched my parents chase money, and money always seemed to evade them. They would get money to take care of the necessities, but that was always a struggle. They would get money to have a place to stay, to buy food, and little things from here to there. But for the most part, money was always elusive to my parents. And so growing up, my conception of money was that money was hard to obtain, that money was hard to get. Then when you put on top of that my religious upbringing, which was devoutly religious, super ultra conservative religion household, and there are many Christians, especially within the black community, who believe that the Bible says money is the root of all evil, when the correct quote is the love of money is the root of all evil. There's a difference in money being the root of all evil versus loving and adoring and chasing and worshiping money being the root of all evil. And so my conception of money and acquiring wealth and building wealth and going after money was skewed in a negative light, in which I didn't see it a certain way. But as I gotten more into myself, more in tune with my higher self, I began to realize more about the law of attraction. And I have spoken about the law of attraction many times on this channel. I've spoken about you being able to call into your consciousness, your existence, things that you want and don't want by placing focus on it within your mind. So if you are a person who have been taught, like I was, that money was a negative thing, taught to chase money, taught that money was elusive, taught that money was not something easy to go by or that it was for somebody else, what do you think the attraction of that is going to be? You're going to attract that exact same energy that you are feeling and wrapping your mind around money. So as I even got older, when I got on my own going through college, money always seemed to escape me. I was in debt. I was struggling to pay bills. I was struggling to keep money and build money and save money. Didn't have money to invest, didn't know much about it, and I actually made some pretty poor choices as it relates to money in my early adulthood. Why? Because my lessons in money were negative. And this is not a shade to my parents or a shade to any parents who have these conceptions, who teach these things consciously and unconsciously to their kids about acquiring wealth, building money, and generational wealth and things like that. It's all you know. So you can only teach what you know. So if your grandparents didn't know much, they can't teach your parents much. And if your parents don't know much, they couldn't have taught you much. And the cycle goes on and on and on until somebody decides to break the cycle. I have made it my mission in my family to break my experience of money. And so now I see money differently. Now I see money as easily available. Now I see money chasing me as opposed to me chasing money. When I see people with lovely things like nice cars and good houses and money in the bank and all this stuff, I don't envy them. I know that can be me, and that I'm just as qualified, just as capable, and just as deserving of all of those things as they are. And so my conception, my perception of money has shifted from being negative to seeing money more in a positive light. Money is not my enemy. It is not something against me. There's not a market working against me. In fact, I am of the perception now that there's so much money everywhere, I just have to consciously grab to pull it into my reality. And so if you know me and you've been following me, or you're a friend of mine or a family member of mine, you know that I'm always in many pursuits. I start businesses, I do all kinds of different things. I've gotten degrees, I've gotten certifications, not necessarily in the pursuit of money. However, I've done it to kind of set the foundation so that money flows to me, that I can set myself in a position in which money comes to me, and that every week, if not every day, I'm getting a check into my mailbox, or I'm getting direct deposits into my account. I see blessings just constantly flowing and flowing and flowing, and I have tapped into that and will continue to tap even more into that, because I believe there is an abundant resource for everybody. It might not be your moment now, but it may be your moment later. It may have been your moment before, but either way, the flow and the resource is full in that it can never be untapped out. So when I see things, for example, like poverty in the world and so much homelessness, I know that is just a mindset that needs to be broken on a global scale. Not just a mindset of the person who's actually in poverty, but also a mindset of wealthy people who feel like they have to hold on to their stuff. You look at somebody, for example, like Elon Musk, and Elon Musk just bought Twitter for I think like $40-something billion. So it was like a major purchase. But Elon Musk's net worth, I think last time I checked, was like right around almost 400, 500 something $billion. Don't quote me on that. It may be 3-something, but it is in the hundreds of billions of dollars. He is not at all pressed for money. And when I see people like that who notice that there's so much homelessness in the world, those people can actually resolve those problems fairly easily, or at least put a huge dent in those problems. You take just 1 billion, because he got hundreds of billions. He don't need one. You take just one of those billions and you send that to a city or send that to a state, and you can do a tremendous effort and impact on dealing with the homelessness and poverty and other things. But what happens is, on a grand conception, globally, locally, in the country, amongst even the poor and the rich, is that you have to harbor and hold on to so tightly money, when in reality money is an energy. Most of the money we think about is not something that is exchanged in our pockets in the form of currency or dollars or coins. It is shipped all around the world. One of the things that have taught me that more than anything is I also am a day trader. I trade Forex, I get involved in the currencies, I study books on those things. I've been studying that now for about 3 years and have had moderate success, still building my skill in that so that I can be more consistent in making profits, which I know I'm going to. But looking at that, that is money that is not touched by human hands, but is being created and made and transferred and traded all the time into the trillions of dollars on a daily basis. And that is how liquid, that is the liquidity of money. So it is enough out there for everyone. You just have to set yourself in the position to where you can earn a little bit, and you can turn that little bit into a lot of it and make a life for yourself. I love to say, one of the things that I say all the time is, over the course of history, being an African American male, there have been many restrictions and barriers to our progress as a people. You go back from slavery, you go to Jim Crow, you go to mass incarceration, you go to legal and other extra legal measures to stop us from being successful. But what the mistake was giving us the internet. So now we can do the same thing that other people have been doing for years, because we have access to learn and to find out about it. Even if it's not on the grand scale of an Elon Musk or of a Warren Buffett or of a Bill Gates or whatever the case may be, but you can have a measure of comfort and stability in your life by just doing the research, putting yourself out there. So when people see me getting an insurance license, when people see me get a real estate license, when people see me start a t-shirt company, write a book, create classes, what I am doing is I am setting myself up for residual income. I am building wealth so that not only am I taking care of my life in my lifetime, but those who come behind me will have something that takes care of them. That is ultimately a goal of mine, is to be able to help teach and take care of generations beyond me, so that we can break the cycle that I was given as a kid and break the cycle that my parents were given as children, that we don't have to fear money, we don't have to look at money as this elusive or a bad thing, but we can see money as something that can be useful to giving us a decent present life. And that's all. So really the important key to get, the first thing I would say, if I had to have a list of 3 things as to how money can be used and how we can totally master money, the first thing I would say would be change your perception of money. Everything in your mind is perception. Matter of fact, the reality that you've created for yourself is based on the perception that you created in mind before it even existed in the physical. And so that's why it is important for you to focus on the positive. That is why it's important to you to focus on the logical and to try to understand things beyond emotion and put that mind space into logically thinking and taking things for what they are. So your conception and perception about money should change. That's the first thing. Secondly, you should set yourself up. You may not see the returns on your investment immediately. We have to get out of that mindset as a people, individually, as a collective in the country, as a global humanity, of instant gratification. Not everything you do is going to have an immediate return. I know this personally from going to school for so many years. Doing the hard work. A degree didn't happen instantly, but over time, as I did the work and I built the skills and I put in the effort, I was able to accomplish getting degrees. And I didn't have to rely on instant gratification. And it turned out that the long-term gratification meant so much more. So we have to get out of the mindset of things happening right now. But you need to set yourself up and begin to just put in place the pieces that you need towards the outcome that you want. And then, of course, lastly, your ambition. How you perceive what you're doing and why you're doing what you're doing. When I say I want to make money, I'm not doing it just for the sake of being rich. Yeah, that's a great bell to it. That's a great cherry on the top, whipped cream to it. But my goal is ultimately to help as many people not only learn what I've learned, but learn how to continue to teach more and to invest more and to cultivate more so that we can pass more and more and more and more on, so that we don't have to stay where we are and we can grow from where we at. So your ambition should be towards the greater good of all, the greater good of a people, the greater good of humanity, the greater good of the world. And it shouldn't just be a selfish motive. When you have unselfishness, you start planting seeds everywhere. and those seeds will cultivate into something that the entire world can use. So of course I learned money making techniques. I learned different things. Why? Because I know that I have been gifted. Spirit has given me the gift of being a teacher. Spirit has given me the gift of breaking down these huge concepts or these large ideas into bite-sized, understandable points that I can teach to other people. And I have been effective throughout my career as a teacher. And so because of that, me learning things about how to make money, how to grow money, how to invest, how to cultivate, how to trade, all of these other things, I am going to teach. It's not whether or not if I'm going to do it. I plan on sharing it all, not keeping anything to myself, because I feel like that's the way you grow. You know, you start from your family and your friends, you teach them, and then you teach the world. You teach the world. So one, change your perception of what money actually is, how it operates, how it functions. Two, start putting in places the pieces you need for financial independence, financial freedom, or to create more wealth. And then three, give. This is not just about you. Your whole purpose in acquiring wealth and being able to be blessed in that way is to bless those around you, beyond you, after you, and the world. And that way, I believe you are going to attract wealth unlike you have ever experienced in your life. You're going to attract that which, because now, I believe, Spirit can be confident in you and trust in you to do right with the wealth and the gifts that you are given. I don't believe you are given something if you're not going to do right by it. So I believe that when you have put in your mind the correct perception of money, when you have put in places the pieces that you need, and when your ambitions are higher than just yourself, you will attract what you need to meet those ambitions and to make the world a better place. So money isn't evil. The quote isn't money is the root of all evil. The quote is love of money, obsession, deification, God making of your money. Money is not all there is to life. Money should not be your only ambition and motive in life. I believe that should be love. And so therefore you shouldn't be trying to run the rat race. Believe you me, if I didn't believe I could accomplish what I'm set to accomplish or what I have already accomplished, I wouldn't be working towards it, because I don't believe that this should be my life's worth of just struggling and trying to make it. I believe I am going to make it, and so therefore that's why I work towards it. But if I didn't believe that, I would just be present and simply enjoy life. And even beyond working, I'm still present and I simply enjoy life. So money is money. Money is an energy. Money is an energy we all can tap into. Some of us need to learn how to do so. And there are people like me who are learning ways, who will teach it. And there's so many other phenomenal teachers out there who can give you great insight. But please remember, it all starts in your mind and your perception of yourself, the world around you, and how you view your gifts, your strengths, your blessings that are out there in the world. That's it. I had to get on and talk about money. You guys know it's not a subject that I talk about a lot, but it is an important part of all of our lives. And I think it's important for us to remember the spiritual connection of money, as well as what it means and how we can use it, not just for our own betterment, for the betterment of our families for generations, and ultimately for the betterment of the world. That's it, family. As I always say in this video, you guys, I love you. I love you more than the highest love that is possible for a human to love another human, my loves. And I will see you all in the next video.